Uh, Miss Rigoro, I think we can start our lecture now.
So today we will talk about tourism in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, let me introduce myself first. My full name is Nigora Ruzubaeva. I am a senior teacher in Foreign Languages Department in Law University in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. So today I will give brief information about tourism in Uzbekistan. So Ms. Munisa, can you help me to accept the students who are entering right now?
Okay.
Okay. So I've got a question to all here. So students from Indonesia, can you name any of these landmarks of my country? You can just write in chat box or raise your hand if you know any, any one of these. I see you have got a little information about Uzbekistan, yeah? Okay, so there is a very common stereotype that if the country is far from ocean, there is no access to the ocean, so this country cannot offer much to tourists. I don't agree with this opinion, and I'm going to prove it in my slides. So maybe having finished our presentation, talk about tourism. Maybe you then can name some pictures here. Okay, let's move. So you know the location of my country. It is located in the heart of Central Asia. So the Republic of Uzbekistan, famous for its numerous architectural monuments, incredible nature landscapes, magnificent places, and of course, ruins of fortress of past civilization. So from the first side, so my country evokes very extraordinary some feelings. It pushes you to come repeatedly to my country. So the Republic of Uzbekistan includes 12 regions and one republic. This is Autonomous Republic, Republic of Karakal, Pakistan. So each corner of Uzbekistan attracts with its features. So for example, in Tashkent, you take a walk in the most beautiful metro system in the world. Personally, I've been to 3 European countries, and if I compare their metro line with Uzbekistan, our metro system is much more beautiful than theirs. So then in Tashkent, you may also see the most ancient manuscript, the Quran of Usman. So the Quran, you know, our holy book, and it is one copy is now in Uzbekistan. It is now preserved in Tashkent. So in the historical cities included in the UNESCO Heritage, of course, list, they are Samarkand, Bukhara, Shahrisabz, and Khiva. So you can visit the most ancient architectural monuments that have preserved echoes of past areas. So in the southern parts of the country, Surkhandarya, so you can travel through the mountain gorges or see the ruins of ancient cities near Termis. Okay, so slide I have to move. Here the video. Just a moment. get initial view about the tourism in Uzbekistan. Let me just play it.
We invite you to visit sunny Uzbekistan and become our guest.
It's not only the big famous monument.
サマルカンドとても美しいです。
It's quite amazing.
Uzbekistan is the correct place for me, I even thought.
The Dupe is just amazing. I love Sara.
Surprised I couldn't even breathe
because we never see this at home, so for me to experience it.
We're from Mexico and say hello all the people to Siva.
Welcome to Uzbekistan.
Can you hear me? I have got a problem in connection.
Yes, we can hear you, Nigora. It's okay.
Okay. So when tourists come to my country, so the first thing they are going to do is to visit the ancient part of my country. So the first destination for them is, of course, Samarkand. And here a little bit talk about Samarkand. Everything that I heard about Samarkand is all true, absolutely everything, except is one thing. It turned out to be more beautiful than I could imagine. So this statement is said by Alexander the Great. Samarkand is one of the most ancient cities on the planet. So the same age, with Rome and Athens. So it is over 2,750 years old. And this city, so here live several nationalities, and Samarkand is also called East Babylon. Okay, so on the next slide. Here you can see the heart of Samarkand, and this assembly is called Registan Square. So Registan was the heart of ancient city of Samarkand of Timurid Empire. So this assembly was built by our ancestor Timur. So the Rajasthan Madrasa includes three madrasas. On the left, from the left side, there is Ulugh Madrasa. In the middle, this is Tillakora Madrasa. And on the right, this is a third madrasa, we call it Sherdor. So in the middle, the most I like about this Tillakora, when you enter inner of this, so the madrasa, you are shocked from the inner design of this assembly, because all things here, ceiling, so walls are covered with gold. So the tilla kore, so tilla is gold in Uzbek language, so it is covered with gold. So that's why it's tilla kore. And here we will talk about Bukhara, and you will lose lots if you cannot visit this city, because Bukhara is was a city, the largest settlement located right in the middle of the desert. Even it's located in the desert, so it developed through years. There is no access to the ocean, there is no access to the sea, but still this ancient city developed during some harsh years. Once located on the Great Silk Road, Bukhara is one of the oldest cities. So its history exceeds 2,500 years. And at the end of 9th century, Bukhara became one of the most significant Islamic and cultural centers in Central Asia. For several centuries, travelers, pilgrims, preachers, researchers have come here. So we call this city the second Mecca, because Al-Bukhari, this is one of the outstanding scholar, philosopher, was born there, and even he spent entire of life in Samarkand. He was born there and learned a lot of hadiths and learned the way of living of our Prophet Muhammad. So that's why we call this holy city, and for Uzbek nation, it is second Mecca. And here are popular landmarks of Bukhara. If you want to plunge into the atmosphere of an ancient Oriental tale, visit the top attractions of Bukhara. So it has great minarets, mosques, and madrasas. It has ancient citadels. So citadels, young students, this is fortress, mausoleums and tombs, and it is the center of Islamic East and many objects for pilgrimage. So this is the ancient set of trade and crafts. Here is also a little video about this city. About Bukhara. Let's watch it together. Okay, so Bukhara city, of course, divides into two parts, old city and new one. But still, there is no concrete, so high buildings and glass buildings in this country because so the government wants to keep the image of this country. It is very this city is very holy for our country and for our nation. Okay. Here, I'm not going to show the pictures of the ancient Tashkent, but because a lot of changes have occurred in the city. So Tashkent is the capital of Uzbekistan and the largest city in Central Asia. So Tashkent, like many cities in Uzbekistan, is an ancient city. Its age is about 2,000 years. And so in recent years, Tashkent has experienced a renewed reconstruction. So today's Tashkent is a modern, industrial, and economic metropolis, but the elements of so ancient and rich history. So here you can see the picture of the photo of New Tashkent. Here the metro system. This is the subway underground system of the city. This is advanced one in Central Asia. There is no any metro system line in Central Asia except in Tashkent. And this is a new part of the city. This part we call Tashkent city. It was built just 2 years ago, and this is the heart of my city. You can see from the I don't know how meters about here. Then I cannot so mention about tourism without Uzbek culinary. So Uzbek cuisine probably is one of the main reasons to visit this amazing country. So for many thousands years, it was observing the most diverse recipes of the dishes of people living in this country. So only in Uzbekistan you can fully enjoy so traditional prepared dishes that are known for all over the world. So we invite you, of course, to taste the flavorful pilaf. This is pilaf pilaf restaurants you can find now in every part of the world because it is very delicious and popular food of Uzbek nation. And this food included into UNESCO Cultural Heritage List. And except this, we have got hot flatbread. Here's just about the pillow that is hot flatbread and tandoor samsa. Just this is on the left side of pillow. And Oriental pasta. This is lagman. It is totally different from Italian pasta. And we have got special way of cooking it. And one more popular dish in my country is shashlik. This is type of barbecue, but we don't cook just fry or just cook it on fences. We do it on special, so there is equipment to cook. And manti, different soups like mampar, shurpa, and many others. So once test, you will definitely to try it once more. Here's very interesting 7 facts about Uzbek food. So the most delicious bread is in Uzbekistan, believe in me. There are different types of bread. I don't know, maybe about more than 15. So the types of food we eat in Uzbekistan. So region by region it differs. The taste differs, and the way of cooking, way of preparing, and even the ingredients are different. So many Uzbek dishes are cooked on the open fire. And Uzbek food is normally fat and high calorie because our Uzbek food usually contains fat of animal They are mostly lamb, beef, and horse. And in Uzbekistan, we eat, by the way, horse meat. And it sounds really awful for some nations, but it is very common in Uzbekistan. And it is a horse sausage. We call it kazi. And in Uzbekistan, guests are greeted with fragrant tea and break a cake and scored by delicious pilaf. So specialty ceremony in my country, we don't pour from the teapot to the bowl tea and give you. We never do this because we 3 times just pour into the teapot the tea, then we can serve you on the fourth. Here also the video about the culinary tourism of Uzbekistan. Let's watch it together, and then we will continue our presentation. I will talk about this. The way of cooking traditional pilaf. This is traditional Italian. Dalma is not popular in only my country, but in parts of the world, like in Turkey, it's also very worthy. Here is the tea ceremony.
Hi bro, leave your business, come to Uzbekistan.
Okay. Mhm. In Uzbekistan, you can just experience any type of tourism, not only cultural tourism or culinary, but you can just, if you are the lover of nature, so Uzbekistan is also a great place to spend your holidays because the beauty of this area is fascinating at first sight, even we haven't got access to the sea or ocean. So this is incredible. Here you may find incredible combination of mountain and plain landscapes, fast flowing and clear rivers, the largest of which are the Amudarya and Sirdarya, and the exotic fauna and the rich flora. Here's on the picture, you may see the Zarafshan Reserve, and here the exciting Kashkadarya Kitab Mountain Pass, and here the same place and Kizilkum Reserve. So you may find the diverse the exotic fauna and the fauna of the country. And when you have some free time, and of course you may just spend it effectively, Uzbekistan presents a huge number of recreation areas, camps, tourist bases that is located in picturesque, very beautiful foothills with healing air near just large lakes and rivers. Thanks to God, we have got lakes and rivers. And you can do here any type of, let's say, um, water activities. Look at here, for example, in Charvak recreation area, you can do such activities like scuba diving, parasailing, and others. Very interesting part of my country here. And I highly recommend to visit this part, this pictures place in summer. In winter, there are lots of resorts like Amirsay and Bildersay. There are also lots of interesting some activities you can do in winter. Okay, so what about accommodation? So you will be surprised by the variety of accommodation types in Uzbekistan. Tourists prefer, most tourists prefer not to stay at hotels because they want, some of them, of course, want to be close to the nature. So, and some of them come on business trips. They prefer to stay in luxurious, very beautiful hotels. Yeah, in every part of my country, there are hotels, national guest houses, boutique houses, and youth camps even. So here you will find the most convenient accommodation option for you at any affordable price. And here there is, of course, about outstanding people of Uzbekistan. So people makes history, am I right? So people makes history who love their country truly, who love their culture. So for many centuries, so great heroes, commanders, science philosophers, and poets lived in my country. On this photo, you may see the father of algebra, Al-Khwarizmi. About that person, about these people, even so very famous channels like Discovery, National Geography showed very interesting films, and I highly recommend to watch them. And here in the center, there is Alisher Navai. He's the father of Uzbek literature. He wrote so poems, novels, not only in Uzbek language, but in so at least 5 languages. And here our so the ancestor, very strong historical person. He was Amr Timur, and you know a lot about that person because that person, this our ancestor, could conquer almost one source of Asia, I mean the continent, even European. And here folk art. Yes, so the entire dynasties of hereditary masters carefully live in Uzbekistan, preserving the traditions of their fathers and grandfathers. Unique talent and skill preserved for centuries give the result of those masterpieces of folk architecture that do not allow you to forget about your roots, culture, and unique nation. And if we have some time, I will talk about a little bit history of Uzbekistan because you know my country is really rich in history, in culture, so that's why people come here. Mostly they come here to discover old cities, not to spend their time in let's say in natural part of my country, but they are really great fan of historical sites of the country, cities like Bukhara, Samarkand, Khiva, and others. And here the brief information about Uzbekistan. So Uzbek ethnic group proved to be one of the oldest on our planet. So distinctive culture of Uzbekistan has begun to develop at the dawn of civilization and has undergone significant changes over time. Here, even my country is located on the desert. It has attractive, brave, and ambitious merchants, warriors, and adventurers and travelers. And the first mhm. The Persian Empire prospered here in the 6th and in the the 9th centuries before Christianity. Though the empire dissolved, then Alexander the Great had invaded the territory, and due to the advantageous territorial location of city, the route of Great Silk Road passed through the territory of modern Uzbekistan. So large trade cities such as Andijan, Kakand, Rishtan, Samarkand, Bukhara, Khiva, and Tashkent appeared and grew along this road. And in the 7th century, so the Arabs conquered the territory. So territory began to be called Movan Nahar. That means the territory between two rivers, Amudarya and Sirdarya. And in the 12th century, Genghis Khan conquered this territory and founded the Chagatai Ulus here. However, the heyday of this territory began in the the 14th century when Amr Timur came into power. Then after the invention of Russian Empire in the 16th of 19th century, the Governor General of Turkestan was founded here in the Uzbekistan, gained its independence on August 31, 1991. Due to its rich history, the movement of a large number of different nationalities across the territory, Uzbekistan combining Eastern and Western civilization, become a country with a rich culture in inheritance harmony. So here you can see the statistic information about the visitors to my country. They came from all over the world. This is the information from 2019 due to pandemic, COVID-19. So you know the rate everywhere, the rate, I mean tourism everywhere decreased. So the most people come from Central Asia and European countries. Here you can see the proportion of Indonesia. In Indonesia, from Indonesia, about, let me find them, almost 3,000 people come every year to my country. Okay, thank you for your attention. So life is all about adventure. So pack your bags and start the tour.
Thank you for your sharing, Miss Rigora. Now it's the time for the question and answer session. Dear participants, you can type your questions on the chat box, or if you want to ask Miss Rigora, you can use the raise hand feature. Okay, we are inviting some questions. Okay, is there anyone who wants to? Oh, okay, we have one here. Do we have one? Oh, Arini, from Arini. Yeah, Arini.
Okay, thank you for the time. My question is, what are the best time to visit Uzbekistan tourism? And maybe is there any special events that held in the certain times and certain place? Thank you.
Okay, very good question. You know, there are 4 seasons in Uzbekistan. So winter, spring, so summer and autumn. So every season has its own flourish, of course. So the best time to visit my country is autumn, because summer is very hot and winter is bitterly cold. And mostly in late summer, it's all very popular, fascinating festivals like Shark Daronalara, and it's held in the historical part of my country in Samarkand.
Okay. Does it answer the question, Miss Arini?
Yes, Miss. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
you. Next, we have another question from Dinda. Dinda, are you okay?
Okay, thank you. My question is, what is the impact of COVID-19 on Uzbekistan tourism?
Of course, it has a negative impact. Because some minute ago I showed the percentage of people who visited the country 2 years ago, and it decreased, of course. It's problem not in my country but all around the world. Am I right? Maybe the percentage of Indonesian, so tourism is also decreased from my point of view.
Okay. Okay, Dinda, does it answer the question?
Yes, thank you, Miss.
Okay. And next we have another question from Akil. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we have another question on the chat box. Maybe we will answer the first question on the chat box from Cindy. What kind of food do Uzbekistan people like best? Spicy, sweet? Oh yeah. What kind of food?
So you know, we have got special food we don't use too much spice in our food. I know in Indonesia, in Malaysia, they tend to eat spicy food. Yeah, that is not common in Uzbekistan. We don't eat. We don't eat. What about sweets? Yes, we like, you know, mostly European sweets like cake and some other cupcakes like this sweet. But we have got traditional, and we call it halwa. Halwa is mostly eaten in the breakfast time.
Okay, is it a kind of bread?
Is it a what?
Is it a kind of bread? Bread?
Yeah, bread. Yeah, we eat bread every day. So on every meal time, we eat bread.
Previously, on your screen, you mentioned that Uzbek's bread is the best.
Yes.
Yeah. What is
yes,
special? What is special with your bread, with the bread in Uzbekistan?
Now, I cannot put this into words, you know. You have to once try it, then you can just get answer to your question. There is the ingredients are the same. Maybe we just cook. Maybe we bake it out the special tandoor. We call it tandoor. Maybe it has some special. Maybe I don't know how to call it, but you have to try. I cannot just put this into words. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And by the way, bread is very holy. So for Uzbek nation, we never just put or leave it on the table if we go somewhere, if we are hurry. We just cover it with t-shirt and with plastic and to keep it in preserved area. This is holy for us.
Interesting. Okay, next. Another question from Ahmad Akil. Okay, Ahmad Akil.
Yes, miss. Thank you for the time. What I want to ask is about, is there any specific regulation from the visitors who want to visit the country, Uzbekistan? For example, like in Indonesia, there is a limitation for the visitors who visit Indonesia. For example, when the visitor arrives at the airport, there's a limitation of something who the visitor bring. So is it the same in Uzbekistan?
Okay, so when visitors visit Indonesia, what happened in airport? I didn't catch this part.
Okay, Akil, could you please repeat the second question, the one that you mentioned about the airport?
Compare Uzbekistan and Indonesia, yeah? You said when you arrive to the airport of Indonesia, there happens, I didn't catch.
Like, for example, in Indonesia, there is a regulation from the visitors who want to visit Indonesia. In the airport, the visitors will be checked by the people there.
Yeah, I got your question. Yeah, I think it's okay to check so the visitors to your country. It is the safety of the country. Yeah, it matters a lot. Of course, it is very strict rules in airport in my country. The first thing they are checking nowadays, I think that this is the test for COVID-19 because it is the newly appeared the type of virus, you know, Omicron. So that's why some measures are really strict in my country in the airport. But you know, 5 years ago it was really strict. Nowadays so the doors are open for all tourists. Even you have got free visa access to Uzbekistan. So Indonesian people can come Uzbekistan on the basis of free visa program.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the answer.
Okay. Thank you to your question.
Okay. Another question, please.
What city in the chart books? Yeah, can you read it aloud?
Oh yeah, okay. Question from Putri. What city in Uzbekistan is the most visited by tourists? In Indonesia, we have Bali. And yeah, what about in Uzbekistan?
I heard a lot about Bali. I really want to visit this destination. And what about Uzbekistan? So Uzbekistan cannot offer such things like Bali offers. But if you are really interested in the culture or the history, even Islamic history, and there is a special part of the country, the historical part of my country, Samarkand and Bukhara, Khiva. These three giant cities, historical cities, can tell a lot about the history and culture of my country.
Yeah. So if you like visiting historical sites, maybe you can visit Uzbekistan, yeah, because Uzbekistan has many cities that are related to history of Islam.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Oh, Ms. Regula, we have another question here from Irfan. How do I know that the food in Uzbekistan is halal? Is it the same as in Indonesian? Okay. Does Uzbekistan have halal certificate or logo from the government on the package of the food? Maybe.
I got your question. Thank you for your question. Very good question. You know, the same is true in my country. Yeah, there is a halal certificate. We don't eat that's banned in our holidays. And it's okay when you visit the country. Mostly, so you eat halal, not mostly, I'm saying that in most restaurants, halal food is prepared. Don't think about too much these things. It's okay in my country. So, more than 88% of population of Uzbekistan so are Muslims.
Okay, Irfan, I think it's clear. It's quite the same with what we have here in Indonesia. Okay, next we have from Ivan. My name is Ivan. I have a question. Now it's a pandemic. How are the conditions there? Does Uzbekistan have a solution for tourists visiting there? Okay, maybe it is related to the regulation.
Yes, yeah, I have said about this. So our doors are always open for tourists. If you get test from COVID-19, so you can easily come to Uzbekistan and discover its beauty and culture. Condition is about, you are talking about how many people get ill there at the moment. This condition is now stabilized. Everything is okay in my country. The number of people who get infected is very low. We are not wearing masks even. It's okay in my country nowadays, thanks to God.
Okay, during the pandemic, the government closes here in Indonesia. The government closes many tourism sites. We have as PPKM where people are prohibited to, it's kind of lockdown.
We cannot compare the touristic status of Indonesia with Uzbekistan. The Indonesia goes to the top list of touristic countries in the world. So my country, I think, takes about the below 50. I think so. That's why. So if one visit my country, so at the same time, 10 visitors go to your country. So that's why, yeah, it is logically if your government takes some measures against this.
Okay. Okay, another question, please. Ms. Rigora, I've heard that where is it? Bukhara? Bukhara is the oldest. Is it the oldest city in Uzbekistan?
The oldest one is Samarkand, then comes Bukhara.
Oh,
but they are almost the same age.
Yeah, I think I've heard somebody here. Question?
Yes, I have question, Miss.
Oh yeah. Who's this? Could you please turn your camera on?
This is Anisha.
Okay, here you are.
Okay, my question is there any prohibition during our vacation to Uzbekistan? I mean, like we can wear certain clothes or can bring certain things while we are there?
Oh, it is about clothing, the question.
Yeah.
So you know, Uzbekistan was under the um, under the controlling of Soviet Union. That's why mostly people don't wear the hijab and scarves on our head, but you can wear. There is no any restrictions. It's okay.
Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah, because maybe she asked the question because here in Indonesia we have Aceh, one of the provinces here, where all of the people there, if you come to Aceh, if you visit Aceh, you should wear like hijab, and because it is the government, the regulation from the government. If you don't follow the regulation, the government will give you a certain fine.
I got it. Yeah. But you know, there is no special like rules in my country. But if you visit some mosques and special holy places, of course, this is not let's say the compulsory saying, but you yourself feel that you have to wear. You have to wear a scarf. It should be scarf so on your head.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Another question? Do we have on the chat box? Oh yeah. This is the still question from Ivan. Oh, this is this is related to the previous question about how the tourists visit Uzbekistan during the pandemic. So Uzbekistan has open flights between countries because there are some countries that haven't received. Okay. Does Uzbekistan? Yeah, does Uzbekistan open open the flights?
Uzbekistan is open nowadays. If you have test for COVID-19, you can easily visit my country.
Okay.
Why Uzbek have more historical tourist subject than vocational tourist subject? As I mentioned, we haven't got access to the ocean. So Bali has, there's beautiful some sea and ocean, but we haven't got. We haven't got. That's why. But we have got mountains, some foothills. There we have got recreational some resorts. You can just enjoy the beauty of the mountains and hills, but still the role of water so matters more, I think. So that's why people come to my country mostly so to visit historical sites.
Okay.
And you know, this is the second Islamic center. I mean, it is proved not by Uzbek nation, but most people come here to visit Al-Bukhari's mausoleum. You see, the Al-Bukhari learned a lot of, I don't know the number, but if I'm not mistaken, it's more than 7,000 hadiths, and learned the way of living, everything related to our Prophet Muhammad. So that's why tourists from Islamic world come to Bukhara every year. The number is great comparing to the so the tourists who are coming to discover some historical sites. So most people come to Bukhara just to how to say, to pray. I mean, to pilgrim.
Okay, thank you, Miss Deborah. Okay, other questions? Do we still have other questions?
I think we have answered all your questions.
Oh yeah, we have got so many questions about tourism in Uzbekistan. It seems that they are really interested in knowing many things about tourism there.
So people think there is a stereotype, of course, about countries that is located in Central Asia. So the country's names, if the country's name ends with Istan, people think this is not safe country, but this is not true. Uzbekistan is a safe country. There is no any sign of war or discrimination or any types of negative something. So everything is okay in Uzbekistan. So for tourists, for dwellers of the cities, and I think my country is not even it's not developed, but so Uzbekistan can offer a lot for its citizens and tourists.
Okay. It's good to know that Uzbekistan has many beautiful tourism spots there. And I've never thought before that Uzbekistan is this beautiful. And what I had in mind when before you give this presentation, Uzbekistan was a hot city where is it? We cannot see many tourism places because I don't know what I had in mind about Uzbekistan many years ago was about a hot country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people think so. Even the people think so that so the country that ends Istan, so people they are not how to educated, or there is they have got tend to be terrorists. I don't know. There is no such things in Uzbekistan. Of course, we are close to Afghanistan and others, but Uzbekistan is totally different country. It is very safe and peace country. Believe in me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I am living in paradise.
Paradise, yeah. Yes, it is indeed. So we have to remove our imagination, the old imagination about Uzbekistan, that Uzbekistan was desert, fully a whole desert.
No, we have got 4 seasons. We have got 4 seasons.
Oh yeah.
We have got snow in winter, so very hot in let's say in summer. 4 seasons we have got. That's why we are living in paradise.
You said that we can visit any beaches in Uzbekistan because it's doubly landlocked country, right? What do people in Uzbekistan do in summer? If you know that in other countries they go to swimming pool, they go to the beach when they have summer. What do people in Uzbekistan do in summer?
Usually they have holidays in summer, so they go to mountain foothills to just get fresh air. There we have got, of course, the sea where they can do a lot of interesting sport activities. And some parts of my some people in my country to go so other countries. So Bali is very popular in my country. The very so popular tourist destination for my country. And in summer, if people go Turkey and Moldova islands, and so Bali, Indonesia, Malaysian islands, they go. And yeah, they spend their leisure time, I mean, in summer in this way. We have got, as I mentioned it in my speech, so we have got lots of places in mountains, I mean, recreational zones, resorts, very beautiful so zones. Even we have got very you know natural part in Jizak, in Jizak region. So we call this part of Jizak is second Switzerland. So this part of my country is covered with fairy tales. So the fairy tales, I mean, fairy trees.
Okay. What about the
Switzerland?
Oh yeah. What about the holiday, Miss? Do students in Uzbekistan also have like holiday in summer, so they don't go to school in summer? Yeah, things like that.
as I mentioned, so the summer is too hard, so that's why students have break. Yeah, I don't know, they spend their time in the way they want. They travel, they just spend at home with their family. So they have got 2 months break from the study.
Oh, 2
But
months.
in winter they have got only 10 days. In winter, 10 days. But in summer they have got 2 months break.
Okay. We don't have such a thing here in Indonesia. It's different. Well, what we have is only holiday. Pardon?
Weather in summer in Indonesia, I don't know. It's very hot.
Yeah, in some part of Indonesia, it will be very hot. Sometimes it's 32, 33 degrees Celsius, and it's really hot. Even in the evening, you cannot sleep on the bed because it feels very hot. Most people sleep on the floor because it's too hot to sleep on the bed.
You know, that is interesting because in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan, I'm in Tashkent nowadays, so that's why I said Tashkent. So Uzbekistan's average summer days, degree in summer days is about above 40.
Oh, really?
Can you
Above
imagine?
40?
But as we are far away from the ocean, there is no evaporation. But in Indonesia, so you cover with, so your border, yeah, some covers with water. So that's why there is a high level of evaporation. That's why even the degree is more than 30. So it hurts you, I think. So that's why in Uzbekistan, it's okay. We can just go out, sleep well in 40 degrees because it is just the hot without any evaporation in the air.
Okay.
Mostly buildings are cool.
Okay. In Situbondo, it's worse, miss. Here in Situbondo, the weather is hot and it's dusty. Sometimes it's windy and dusty at the same time. Okay, so we have to sweep the floor 3 times a day.
Oh my God. In summer, you mean, yeah? This
Yeah.
During the year.
Okay, nice sharing, Miss Rigora. And sorry, Miss Nigora. It's already 18 past 5 today here.
Right?
I think. Oh yeah, another question. Can we answer the last question here?
Okay, let it be last. I have got class at exactly at 3:30.
Okay.
I can answer to this question.
And this will be the last question. Okay. One more question. How many time zones are there in Uzbekistan? Does it have the same time zone as Russia? 11 time zones?
Okay. No, the time zone is different from Russia, but in summer, you know, the time zone is the same with Russia. So in Uzbekistan, in every part of there is the same time zone. For example, let's say in the US, the state by state, yeah, they have got 4 time zones, but in Uzbekistan there are only 1 time zone. There is so no any differences in time zones.
It's the same in all places. Okay, I think that's all for the questions. Maybe we can close the meeting because Miss Rigora has a class after this. Thank you for your sharing, Miss Rigora. Miss Rigora, it's a very good meeting today that we have. Yes, and tomorrow we will have Pak Yusuf Muhammad Yusuf Ibrahim from UNAS, who will present a topic on Indonesian adat law.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe before we close the meeting, we can take a picture together. Everyone, please turn your camera on. Okay, please turn on the camera. Hello, Mr. Oibek. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I was secretly peeking at this session, so yeah, the instructors did really well. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Is everyone on the cam? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, slide 1. Slide 2. Okay, done. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, students, don't forget to fill out the attendance form. I have given you the link on the chat box. Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Negora. Thank you, Mr. Oibek. We will meet again tomorrow with Pak Yusuf Ibrahim.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, see you. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.
Bye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Besok kita punya Pak Yusuf ya, Pak Yusuf Farek ya. Okay.
Yes, Miss.
Don't forget to join us again. Tomorrow we will have the class at 11 a.m. Indonesian time. So it means it will be 9 a.m. Tashkent time, Uzbekistan time. Can I end the meeting?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, see you tomorrow, class. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.